everyone, and welcome to my new video in which I'm going to be talking about the best low-key signing of the 2017 NBA free agency deals that have gone down. And I'm going to be talking about Patrick Patterson. Not particularly the most exciting player, but a player that I think was a great signing. Because the Thunder were owed to pay Taj Gibson $28 million that he later received from the Minnesota Timberwolves. Now, the problem with this deal would have been, with giving him $28 million, you would not have the cap room to get Paul George. But you still need a power forward, and the Thunder were lacking on power forwards, and you can't use a bonus because that's just not a reliable option. So then instead, they took Patrick Patterson, gave him a 3-year, $16.4 million deal, and that gives them leverage for being able to re-sign all their free agents next year, and hence Enes Kanter, Russell Westbrook, and Paul George. Now, if we reverted and they did not look at Patrick Patterson as a serious option, then what they would have been left with is a situation in which they would get a team that has two very, very important pieces in free agency and one important piece of their team, and they need to be able to retain at least two of those three players, in Paul George and Russell Westbrook. Now, you cannot have enough. You need the cap room to get them. So if you did not have the cap room, you'd be left with a situation in which Russell Westbrook could most likely leave. He has the option to leave, and he wants to look at this, and he needs to make sure he knows what he needs to do. And if there was no Paul George, I don't think he'd be very inclined to continue. So that's just what I think, and that's what I think that he was thinking about. And I don't think that they would want a situation in which he was an available free agent and had not committed, because he hasn't committed now. But the Thunder, it's really a hit or miss if you trade him. If you trade him, because money plays a big role, and if you're going to give him that 5-year, $217 million supermax, that would most likely convince most players. But if Russell is really about the winning and Paul George leaves, then I think that he's down to, making the decision of, okay, I need to get out of here. It's not the best thing for my career. And, it comes down to whatever he's focused on. Is it winning or is it money? And I think that the Thunder now give him the best of both worlds, where they're competing, maybe not at the highest level, but they're still competing, and they still have a chance to, give him the max amount of money. With Taj Gibson there, you were sort of looking at yes, we might be able to give him money, but then we'd have to cut players, and we wouldn't be giving him the winning situation. Now you can give him the winning situation, and you can give him the money, which is, a strong influence to stay with the team. And that's really just, all I wanted to talk about. But one more thing that I wanted to just say is that my opinion, I know some of you all have been emailing me, talking about the situation with Russell Westbrook, is that he's not committing, and that, he's not fully there yet with everything that's going on. And so, this is suspicious for the Thunder. There's no big news saying that they need to trade him now, but I think that, there's still time to convince him, but it's definitely a precarious situation, and you want to make sure that you do everything right and everything well, and, just handle the situation, give him the best team possible at the lowest budget possible, because the Thunder are in a very bad cap room, as is. Victor Oladipo is not worth the money. They messed that up. But they were able to trade him, and their trade was good. It was actually really great, because they got Oladipo and the pick for Ibaka, and they took that and traded it for Paul George. So they essentially took, Serge Ibaka and gave him to the Pacers for, Paul George, which I think is a really great deal. And anyone would think that's a really great deal. And I think it's more important now than ever, because you can't let Russell walk for nothing like you let Durant walk for nothing. So that's just what I wanted to give my opinion about. Just let me know if you're interested in anything else. And bye.